So hello guys, welcome to the new video of ISC Economics class 11. In last lecture we had stopped up to the market basic concept, means under the basic concepts which we had talked about the term market. Now we are going to continue the remaining basic concepts, and the first among that is money. Okay, now what is the meaning of money, or what money is? So now if we talk about money, then in normal terms we mean, if we talk about the word money or we hear the word money, then we talk about the currency notes which we are having. Like we talk about the 500 rupees note, the 100 rupees note, or apart from these physical money which we are having, we also talk about the online money which we have, like we have in our bank account, we have the Paytm wallet. So uh, these are the normal things which comes into someone's mind when they first hear the word money. But what exactly money is in terms of economics? What does economics mean by the word money? So in economics, money means anything that is accepted as a medium of exchange. Anything accepted as a medium of exchange. Anything, and anything means literally anything. Whatever in this world can be accepted as a medium of exchange and store of value, that thing is known as money. Okay, so anything means anything. If you consider the, if you consider a if you consider a, if you consider pen to be money, that is also possible. So economics says that anything in which a value can be stored and which can be used as a medium of exchange, means that can be used in exchange for something. Why? Because normally when we buy something with the use of money, what do we exactly do? We give that money to the shopkeeper or from whom we are buying the goods, and in return we get those goods. So we are basically exchanging the money for the material things. Okay, so this exchange, anything which can be used in this exchange or in which the value can be stored, that is known as money. Now we consider the 500 rupees to be a money. Why? Because in that 500 rupees note, first of all, the value is being stored. The value is first of all being stored in the 500 rupees note, and the 500 rupees is note, and the 500 rupees note is used as a medium of exchange. So because of these reasons, we can call the 500 rupees note as a money. So anything which has its value and that can be used to exchange something, that is known as money. Okay, so hope I made you understand what is the meaning of money. Now after money, the next concept which we are having, that is income. Now what do we mean by the word income? Now in normal terms, we mean income by, like our father works in an office and he gets 25,000 to 30,000 rupees a salary per month, and we say that that is his income. So yes, that is the income, but that is in the normal, or the, I would say the, in the normal language we can consider that it is income. But in the economic sphere, income means a flow of goods and services, or flow of money. Flow of goods and services, or flow of money, means basically when somebody does something and in return of doing that thing he is given something, then that is known as his income. Like if I am a daily wages worker and I work in a factory the whole day, and after the end of the day the owner of the factory gives me rupees 500, so that is my income. So basically income means anything which somebody gets in return for doing something, that is known as his income. So in your book the definition is income can be defined as a flow of goods and services or flow of money accruing to an individual or all the people in an economy over some specified time. Means the flow of, now the income or the thing which I am getting in return for doing something, that can either be a good or a service, or that can be money only. So basically the thing which somebody gets by doing something or in return of doing something, that is known as his income. Okay, so this is the simplest meaning of income which I can explain, but that by doing something, whenever somebody is getting something in return, then that is known as his income. Now that income can be either in goods or services, means in the barter system, like you worked in a factory and at the end of the day they gave you 100 kgs of rice, so that is also an income. Or you worked in a factory and at the end of the day you got 500 rupees, then that is also known as your income. So income simply means the thing which you get after doing something. Okay, now we know that we have an income. Now when we get that income, we can do two things can either be done. Either the income can be consumed or the income can be saved. So if we are consuming the income, then that is known as consumption, which we have already explained that what is the meaning of consumption. And if we are saving the income, then that is known as the savings. So our next concept is basically savings. So what do we mean by the word savings? So basically the part of the income which is not used or not spent, that part is known as the savings part. Like I earned rupees 100 but I only spent rupees 60, so the remaining 40 is unspent, and this remaining 40 which is unspent, that is known as the savings. So the portion of the income which is not spent, that portion is known as the savings. Okay, okay, so hope I have made you understand that what is the meaning of savings. After this we come to the next point, that is means the next topic, which is investment. Now what is the meaning of investment? So investment is defined as the act of using productive resources for the production of capital goods, that is goods that are used for producing other goods and services in the future. So investment in normal terms, we mean that I have invested rupees 5,000 in one company, then that is known as the investment. But in economics we give each and every concept's definition is given in a very wider sense. So see, investment means the use of productive resources. Whenever we use the productive resources to make goods, or we can simply say use of productive resources for production, that is known as investment. Whenever we use something which is a factor of production, or that can be used to do production, then that is known as investment in economics. Okay, like if we have, say for example 100 kgs of coal, but if we are using the 100 kgs to manufacture electricity, then that is known as investment. Okay, and the next concept which we are having, that is known as w- w- wealth. Okay, now wealth refers to the stock of all those assets which are a source of income. Now what do we mean by the word wealth in normal terms? The wealth normally means sampatti, or how much beneficial things we are having. Okay, so in economics, wealth means a stock of goods which are a source of income. Means if we basically a group of those things which can be used to earn income, that is known as wealth. Why? Because in normally when we speak of the word wealth, then we think of those things which are beneficial to us. So in economics we also have a very similar meaning, that wealth means basically the group or the stock of those assets which are a source of income, means which are beneficial. So basically the group or the stock of goods which can be used to earn income, or which are a source of, or which are beneficial, that is known as the wealth. Okay, now after this we have the next concept, which is welfare. Now what is the meaning of welfare? So welfare means a sense of satisfaction and happiness, or a sense of well-being. Now explaining this term welfare, that is a pretty difficult task. Why? Because it is not easy to define the word welfare, but in simple words, welfare means a sense of well-being, that I am having a good health, I am having a good income, I am having a good life. So this thing, that each and everything in our life is good and good and good, this is known as basically welfare, or the situation where there is a well-being, मतलब अच्छे से हैं, that situation is known as welfare. Okay, and after this the next concept which we are having, that is known as business cycle. Now what is the meaning of this word business cycle? Now see, sometimes the economy that goes up, and sometimes the economy goes down. So this continuous method, or this continuous process, when at one instance the economy goes up, and the other instance the economy goes down, this is known as the business cycle. Now business cycle is defined as the recurrent fluctuations in the aggregate economic activity in an economy. Now basically sometimes the economy is up, and sometimes this economy is down, then again it is up, again it is down, again it is up, again it is down. So this recurrent activity, that once it is up, once it is down, this ongoing or this continuous business activity, that is known as business cycle. Okay, now the next two concepts which we are having, that is aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Now before understanding what is the meaning of aggregate demand, we need to understand the word demand. Although we are going to study about this in details in class 12, but as of now you need to remember that the amount of goods which are required by an individual, that is known as his demand. Like I am wanting to buy 500 kgs of rice, that is my demand. And what is the meaning of supply? How much goods is available in the market, or how much goods are available to be sold in the market, that is known as this supply. So aggregate demand means that in an economy, the total demand of each and every person who is living in the economy, is known as aggregate demand. Like if I am wanting 500 kgs of rice and somebody else is wanting 200 kgs of rice, so in this manner, when we calculate the total amount of rice demanded by each and every individual residing in the country, then the total demand is known as aggregate demand. And if we talk about the word aggregate supply, then if from one person, if one person is able to supply 200 kgs of rice and the other person is able to supply 30 kgs of rice, so in this manner the total amount of rice which each and every person is able to supply, that is known as aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Okay, so hope I have made you understood the basic economies, basic concepts. Now if we talk about the basic economic entities, means who are the basically the participants in an economies. So the first comes which is known as the household, the second one is the firm, the third one is the government. Okay, so if we talk about the household, then it means the people like you and me, we come under the heading which is known as household. If we talk about the word firm, then the business group that comes under the word firm. And if we talk about the government, then the government of our country, that comes under the word government. So basically there are three entities in a economy. The first one is the household, which means the normal people of the country. The second one is the firm, which means the business groups, and the third one is the government. Okay, so this was all for this chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter, and I am stopping this chapter over here only because we don't have very much to do. We'll talk about the remaining chapter or discuss the remaining chapter in the upcoming videos. Okay, so do take very good care of yourselves. Have a very nice day. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Jai Hind.